I'm trying to be the best. I can't lie. How do I do it?
So my belief is you become the best by not focusing on anyone but yourself. So the issue is, most people, they can't outwork the competition. They can't outwork the people that they see as competition, because in theory, not everything is actually competition. Sometimes people are just cooperators in the space. People are just coexisting in the space, but we're seeing them as competition, which means we're now feeding them the energy that we should be feeding to ourselves. So really and truly, the starting thing is focus on you. And what do I mean by focus on you? Here's the thing. You can't necessarily get to a point where you can become the best version of yourself and therefore the best in whatever it is that you do until you actually understand yourself. So understanding like your motivations, behaviors, your emotions, and what guides your decisions. Until you start to become a master of you, it's not going to work. I was saying to you lot in a voice note this morning that like, not saying everyone should do this, but for me this works. I treat myself like a computer. So on a Sunday, on a Sunday, I program myself. You get what I'm saying? I plan my week to program myself so I can then forget the program and then just run the program come Monday morning. On Monday morning, I'm trying to run the program. So when someone says to me, do you have time today? I don't know. I need to refer to my schedule to see what my schedule says.
If the program runs.
And so like, for example, today I was chatting to someone who I'm looking to potentially do some business with in St. Lucia. He said, oh, you're free tomorrow at 2 o'clock UK time. I have to refer to my schedule, and then I had to do Tetris and go, well, that 30 minutes I might be chatting to him. If I move that, do that here, then do you get what I'm saying? Now run the program. Do you get what I'm saying? But this is your program. We get notifications on our phone saying, do you want to update your operating system? iOS, Android. This is your operating system. What motivates you? What behaviors you display? What effectively are the energies that give you certain emotions, and what guides your decisions? This is all your operating system. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you don't know your operating system, how are you going to outwork anybody, let alone outwork the current version of you? Do you get what I'm saying? You can't outwork the current version of you if you don't know the current version of you. If you don't know, oh, I didn't do that work because I realized I was demotivated. But what demotivated me? Oh, I don't know. You don't know your operating system. Well, I chose not to do this, but I did something else. Well, why did you choose to do that? I don't know, because you don't know your decision-making protocols well enough. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you've got to have decision-making protocols. You've got to know what it is that triggers you to have a certain energy level that then leads you to be in a certain motion. And you've also got to understand, like, these are some behaviors that I display on a regular basis. We could swap out this word for habits. What are these things that I tend to just do, and therefore is having an impact on my outcomes, having an impact on how hard I can work? So you need to know your operating system first and foremost. Do you get what I'm saying? And then you can move forward.
But what if there are things you don't understand about that? So, for example, some people are not in touch with their emotions. Some people can barely even abide by their emotions. Their emotions control them. How do they figure out what their operating system is when they don't even have the intelligence, emotional awareness to even understand what that is?
So that's why you have to then utilize introspection, reflection, and then also you can combine all of that with feedback. So this is where, for you to get better, for you to grow, for you to work harder, for you to work smarter, you're going to need to take a moment and go internal. Now you're going to need some prompts to support this. Do you get what I'm saying? You're going to need some prompts, some journal prompts. You're going to need to go to the places where you get coaching, mentoring, etc., to give you the right prompts for your introspection. So you're asking yourself the right questions in order to do this. I always forget the name of this thing, but I think it's called something like instinctive something. But the point is, our operating system is a result of the questions we ask ourselves. So right now, we don't know these things because we're not asking good enough questions. If you have good enough questions as part of your introspection, you will understand this better. If you then start to get into a habit of regularly reflecting, so the issue is a lot of us, we're doing stuff, we're doing the work, then we're moving on. But we're not reflecting on, did I do the work in a way that was effective? Or why couldn't I do that task? Why did I dwell? Today, one of the tasks that I needed to do, I noticed that even though I got it done in the end, every time I was meant to start it, I let something else, like an email popped up, I quickly responded to it. Someone's hit me on LinkedIn because I had been doing a previous task where I was sending a load of LinkedIn messages. Another LinkedIn response came in, and I realized something in you doesn't want to do this task. This happens a lot. So that was when I closed every other tab. I closed every other application. I said, the only thing I have open now is this.
Yeah.
So we're doing this. But it's because I'm taking the time to reflect, even in the moment. But if I don't reflect in the moment, at the very minimum, reflect once a week. But if you start reflecting once a week, you're going to realize that's not enough. Then you're going to start reflecting once a day. Then you're going to realize that's not enough. Then you're going to start reflecting once an hour. Then you're going to realize you know your system inside out.
Yeah.
But what also helps if you're struggling with this in the early stage, introspection and reflection, is asking for and being open to feedback from people who you know you can trust. Yeah, so you either have to trust or respect them. So you might respect them because you feel they're further ahead on their journey than you. You might respect them because you feel they're willing to be honest with you. You might trust them because you know they're giving you accuracy in the feedback. But at the end of the day, you're gonna need feedback as well because we can't see our own back. Therefore, we can't see our blind spots. So the point is, in order to get to that point, we have to be able to take on feedback.
So this next point might feed in a little bit to what you said, but I read something recently listened to something where David Goggins was saying, a guy came to him and said, how can I grow? And then he said, you might have heard the story, but he said, I'm going for the promotion, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And David Goggins said, but you feel like you can achieve it. So you're always going to go for the thing you feel like you can achieve, and you're never going to grow because you're not putting yourself in the position of feeling like you can't achieve something. So what if you're the person in your circle that's already above and beyond? What if you're the person that people come to for that advice?
You need to find a new circle. Because let's take someone that I'm sure you're aware of, or maybe have even engaged in content from, like a Russell Brunson.
Yeah.
Russell Brunson, probably one of the most well-known people in the marketing world and on the internet for funnel building. Russell Brunson once went to a mastermind that was being run by Tony Robbins, and he was like, yeah, so like this year my business did 10 million and da-da-da, and they were just kind of laughing at him. He didn't know why they were laughing. They were like, oh, did you think that was good?
Oh, so 10 million was bad.
It was like 10 million is like, oh, you're just getting started then.
Oh.
Tony Robbins is there saying, oh no, my business is collectively returning over billions, like across all the businesses I'm involved in some way. So I'm sure you came here to get better, so thanks for sharing, but get your notepad and pen out now, innit? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you have to find new circles. And if you can't actively be in those circles physically, you need to find the spaces where that kind of conversation is normalized. But it's better if you can go there physically, because then you'll get exposed to it and then you'll normalize it. Like for me, I was having this conversation earlier with Natalie actually, and I was saying how I was chatting to a colleague the other day about, it was funny because I had in the same week two distinctly different conversations that just demonstrated to me why you have to be around certain types of people. And I said to someone, oh yeah, we're about to do this deal that's going to be for about 200K. They were like, raw, okay, well, we're going to need to make sure that because that's making me a bit nervous. But then I had a friend of mine who messaged me just a few days before and said, bro, just so you know, my goals are too small. Forget having 5-figure months. I need to be having 6-figure months. I said, look at the difference in mindset between two different people. One person's getting nervous about 200K in a year. Another person's saying, I need to do the 100 bags a month.
Exactly.
And they said it to me because they were like, I haven't even hit the consistent 5-figure months, but I need to stop thinking because I know I can do it because I've done it already. I haven't done it consistently, but he's saying, but if I've done it before, why am I thinking about trying to hit consistent 5-figure? Why am I not thinking about what it would take to hit a 6-figure month? Because then I will move like I'm trying to hit a 6-figure month, and the 5-figure month consistently will happen just by virtue of that
already happening
activity.
Yeah. So
yeah, you have to enter those environments. But let's come back to the original point of outworking everyone. Remember, the focus is on nobody but yourself. However, what I would say, and I have a saying, I'm not going to write this because it's going to be too long to write, but I said this to a young person the other day. I was doing a talk at a university and someone came up to me after and said, you seem very bold when you speak to people. Like you tell people, this is what I'm here to do. This is how you're going to help me. How did you develop that? It's like, and I said, because I want to be the best. And they said, well, how do you know you're the best? I said, I think I'm the best at what I do because I always think there's someone better than me. Do you get what I'm saying?
That doesn't make no sense.
It makes perfect sense to me. And
Wait,
I hope it's like,
I think I'm the best at what I do because there's always someone better than me.
I said, I believe I'm the best at what I do because and this is the part I don't include, but I'm now you're picking it up. I move like there might be someone better than me. So I often say with chess, I don't think there is a person on planet Earth that can run a better workshop with young people than me. But the simple fact that there might be someone is why I'm consistently seeking improvement.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go somewhere and find out, oh, that person's better than me.
Yeah.
So in my head, they probably are. So I need to make sure I'm consistently finding my 0.1%. Do you get what I'm saying? Because just in case someone's better than me, do you get what I'm saying? Just in case they're better than me, bro. I'm trying to make sure I'm patterned.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So what does it take for me to be that bit better? How do I engage better? How do I make more impact? How do I change the energy level? How do I lean in here? How do I improve my worksheets? How do I improve my slides? I want to make sure everything is like creme de la creme. Just because like somebody might be better than me.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then more importantly, I'm actually looking for the examples of where someone might be better than me. And what can I learn? Okay, cool, I could do this. All right, cool. So I'm looking for those examples. Finally, in terms of the outworking everyone, once I know my operating system, once I've got feedback, once I've identified the examples of what might be better than me, once I've entered the environments to where, higher levels exist, now it's what level of time, effort, and energy am I willing to commit? And for me, going back to the original point of, I have to plan my week. If I plan my week and I say, this is what I'm doing, this is how I know I'll outwork everyone, because it's not about the amount of hours I do. I actually have only 50 hours a week allocated for actual working times. That's all I have available, given that I'm balancing a young family, I've got voluntary commitments, etc. So around 50 hours of time for me is what I can dedicate to work. I mean, it might be slightly more, maybe it's around 50. But some people are working 75 hours. But I know if I do my 50 consistently, and they do 75 this week, but then next week they do 12, and then the following week they do 30, and then if I just consistently do 50, I'm going to get there. Do you get what I'm saying? Plus, I'm at a point now where fortunately I've been doing what I've been doing for so long, and I'm so heavy on the reflection, I can now do in 2.5 days what takes most people 5. So now I'm like, oh, actually, I don't even need more than my 50, because my 50 is like you doing 100. So it's all right. You're going to have to do 100 to be better than me. You get what I'm saying? So that's how you outwork everyone, is you don't focus on anyone until you've done this. Then you start to look at what are the examples. And then at that point, you still don't view it as competition. Because even when I say I think I'm the best, I don't want anyone to be worse. When I say I think I'm the best at running a workshop, I actually want us all to be at that level. So whilst I'm seeking improvement, I'm also thinking, how do I bring others with me? How do I help others level up? Or how do I, more importantly, get the people who I think are the iron sharpens iron and say, yo, let's smoke it together. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let's pow. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, killers. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let it off, bow. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, straight headshots. Because, no, real talk, because what I'm saying is, we need to all be in a position where we're smoking it, bro. That's why Revolution Hive is what it is,
Yeah, because you have a
Because when man pulls up to them schools, if I'm in one classroom, I'm very confident in the other 5 classrooms, there's a lot going on, bro.
Yeah.
There's fire over there. I'm not thinking, oh, well, I need to have the best group. No, I'm actually hoping that I come out and someone goes, that Jess, that Ria, they might be better than you, That excites me.
Yeah.
So, I say nothing. Next session then, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's friendly competition now.
Yeah.
But it's really collaboration. It's really cooperation. Because I don't believe in competition. There's enough in this world for everybody to eat. When people talk about, this company's dominating the market, that's fine. IBM was dominating the market at one point. Now what? That's fine. Microsoft was dominating the market at one point. Now what? Do you get what I'm saying? That's fine. Minicabs were dominating the market at one point. Now what? Do you get what I'm saying? There's always changes in the market. There's enough for everyone, bro. Don't focus on that. Outwork yourself. Do you get me? So yeah, man. I saw it go.
Love that. Well, leave us with one piece of advice then.
First of all, get yourself a whiteboard that actually stays up when you need to stay up. But no, my main thing is literally, if you want to outwork everyone, start off by understanding yourself and outworking the current version of you. One of the things that I loved hearing Eric Thomas say one time, he goes, some of you, we'll rectify that after the video. Some of you are saying that that you've got to revise and you want to do an all-nighter, but you ain't never done an all-nighter before. Your body don't even have the muscle memory to support that. So it ain't going to work. So start off by developing your own endurance, your own stamina, then take it from there. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Leave something in the comments telling us what you thought of this video. And also make sure you're in touch with us to join our accountability space, Sprint to Success, and all of the above. Much love. Stay audacious.